Sometimes the one that's supposed to love you the most is the one that hurts and abuses you the most. I share a lot about the work that I do and the sisterhood and community I create because that's not where I came from. That is not the background that I came from. I am a first-generation Haitian, born here in the U.S. My mother and father are both from the island of Haiti. Since I was young, I've had a call in my life. I've been intuitive since out of birth, like out of the womb. And people would come up to my mom and tell her, like, this child has a call on her life. And I would watch as she would kind of wince, kind of do like, And I never paid it no mind because that's my mother and I loved her. So first and foremost, I'm going to start this by saying that I'm not creating this video to show hate to my mom. This video is to tell the truth, the whole truth. And yeah, since I was young, I felt a disconnect between my mom. I felt like I loved her so much, and I would watch as I grew older, she grew more envious of me. And it made me feel bad, like, because I would try everything in my power to get her to love me. And it just seemed like nothing worked. She would berate me. She would call me all types of bitches, hoes, and sluts from like the age of 7. And if anything, that made me fall more deeply and madly in love with her. If you're listening to my podcast, Mommy Dearest on YouTube, out now. Link is in my bio. You'll learn a lot more about these as the episodes go on, but I'm just here to share a piece of my story. I do this work of shamanic training, shamanic healing to connect people to their divine spiritual path because it took me years of deconditioning from the programming of feeling like I wasn't worthy of everything that I desired because some bitter woman who never followed her path kept telling me that through her actions. So, fast forward. So, because after a while, me continuing to do what I want to do and her not being able to control me, what she started to do was spiritual abuse. My mother is a Vodou priestess, or she was at a time. And so what she would do, coming from the Haitian culture, there are different practices, there are different spiritual practices in which you can do to try to control other people. That's you taking their willpower away. So she knew these things, and she would go to these ceremonies. So she's gone to these ceremonies and tied up my energy. This is why I talk a lot about spiritual protection, because people can tie up your energy, and you don't have to believe in this thing. Westernized society has convinced you that there's only one way to spirituality. That's not true. You do not have to believe in voodoo for it to be actively working in your life. No matter how spiritually strong you are, no matter how much spiritual wisdom and knowledge you have, you do not have to believe in it. And it may put you down for a week. It may put you down for 2 weeks. As long as you have a strong spirit, it won't keep you down. But you don't have to be strong for it to even activate in your life. This is why I share this. Because up until this day, up until today, my mother's still doing witchcraft on me. Because I made a decision after learning about all the things that she's been doing to hurt and harm me over the years. Because I've gone to many healers, but nobody could ever read me. I've gone to many healers. Nobody could ever read me. Because in order for somebody to read you, they have to have your energy and higher and be able to see past what the facade is. Because with voodoo, they can also do it so that you will never know what's happening as well. That's another thing. And so one day I went to a healer who had my energy, who had my level of fire and more and higher. And she was like, girl, I could see you and I read you, and somebody has been doing witchcraft on you. But my spirit before that was telling me I would have dreams of like torment and all this stuff, like things I can't even explain. But she told me, she said, somebody's been doing witchcraft on you for years. Actually, it started in your teens. Because my mother could no longer control me, she would do witchcraft on me to get me to be obedient, to get me to continue to give her love, to get me to continue to fawn after her. So I'm saying this to say that it doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter who the person is. You have to be spiritually strong. That's why we develop spiritual strength. That's why we tap into our willpower. That's why we work on aligning our chakras and staying aligned in our chakras. Because one thing that supersedes every form of spiritual abuse, any witchcraft, voodoo spells, or anything, is the truth. The truth will overpower all of it. So I share my truth here because I know somebody can resonate with this story, even if it's not the same. My truth will unlock the jail that is holding you. Whatever. Does this hurt me? Yes, absolutely. Till this day, to know that the person who gave birth to me is continually wishing me harm, continuously lighting candles behind my back that I don't proceed, that I don't succeed or progress, continually doing things to harm me and make me unsafe. Yes, it does hurt me. So because of that, I have to protect my energy everywhere I go. I have to do spiritual baths a couple times a week. Because of that, I don't allow all energies around me. Because listen, guys, we came here to this planet. Your soul came here on a mission, on assignment. Before you came down, you made a pact that I'm going to do this with my gifts, talents, and abilities. But just because you came here on assignment, that does not mean that there were other people who came on assignment to stop you in your path. It is for you to now say, in spite of what my circumstances are, in spite of what my experience is, I'm going to still step out and do this work that I was called to do. That is what gains you your freedom. If this message lands on anyone's page and you feel connected to it, you found your tribe. I just wanted to share this, to let it go so that it doesn't live in my heart. But I'm defining a new generation in my family, a new generation of people who communicate with each other, a new generation where jealousy and envy does not live, a new generation where my children's children will never experience the level of hurt, abuse, neglect, and torment that I experience. In order to create a new generation, the old has to die. So thank you for liking my videos, supporting me, watching my podcast, and sharing in the work in which I do, because I love this work. Thank you for listening. Love y'all.